Boo, let you see my face. Hi there. It's been a long day. It looks like I've been on safari. So we're here with Chong Fu, and we have the beautiful title of this transmission is Living in the Abundance of Your Own Creation, Ascended Master Meditation. So we're going to go deep for about half an hour, and then we're going to have some Q&A after that. Peace, Chong Fu.
Thank you, beloved Jerome. Thank you so much for all that you do, dear one. Greetings to you all. As you come forward today, or perhaps you come forward another day that is not this day that I am talking, and yet it is in the now. Every moment, for the soul lives in the now. That is how you can manifest in your life when you understand this truth, this feeling, this presence that is not related to time or the third dimension or actualities of physicality, emotional or mental consideration, but just simply presence. When you are able to understand within yourself that presence that is there, it's always there, it is the living spirit within you. And you can just be with it for periods of time in your days, your evenings, your afternoons, coming into that realization that there is a part of you in constant presence, in the present, that this now, in any moment, on the inner plane is constant, that there is a part of you that does not live in time, lives beyond duality, time, day, night, light, dark. The part of you that is the essence, the divine essence. Or we can also say the creator within you. The one who is bringing in the power of creativity. And in that sense, as that part of you arrives in your body, it meets all kinds of blockages, feelings, mental states, physical wounding, abuse, all kinds of presences that we could say are blocking that essence presence, that soul reality. Your soul is trying to clear all of that in order to bring this abundance from the source of your being into realization, into actuality in this physical plane. So how to live in this abundance of your created reality, your creation. How to create that reality in which you can experience abundance. And it isn't necessarily about physical achievements. It is about your ability to arrive in your body, heart, mind with your soul essence fully intact. Some call that self-realization, enlightenment, channeling, being in an ascended state. There are all sorts of ways to talk about it. I'm choosing the word abundance and creation, and they are the key words today for the meditation, if you like. As you open your centers, and especially your heart, feel as though you really are stretching your heart center, making a lot of space there. Feel as though you really are opening your hara again, stretching yourself, your light body, in order to allow the soul presence to come into the cells of your physical body, to nourish you, because the abundance, beloved, that is in all truth for your humanity. It is the abundance of love. Of course, you pay a lot of attention to many material factors within your life. Abundance starts to mean things that you can create within your life that bring you beauty and the reflection of love, truth, peace, and harmony. But remember, the truth of the abundance is where the love is creating that in your soul, that feeling. The nourishment that comes from your soul into your body, heart, mind, that is the true abundance. That is actually what makes you happy. You can think for a while and project into all kinds of material benefits that make you happy for a while, but that won't last unless your soul is bringing you abundance on the inside. And that really speaks to all of my work with you, beloveds. All of you who have worked with me, you know that is the work that we do to clear out of the way what we can call the illusions, states of being that are not feeling whole and joined up and connected to Source. That is really what you're trying to understand, feel into, and love back into alignment in order that your soul can literally create that abundance in your life. And it will. It does. So long as you are clear. So long as you have moved all the reasons why your soul might get tripped up into emotions, lacks, all kinds of damage and wounding, which are very real, and need that love to heal them. So it's understanding that it's always your process to bring yourself in with your breath, to know that you are beauty, truth, peace, and love. To expand, because that Goddess presence is what your soul is bringing into your body. Your soul knows the divine. Your soul is speaking to you to show you the places and the blockages to its arrival. It is radiating all the time into your emotional, mental, physical bodies so that you can feel any blockages, pain, places of stuckness or negativity. Not so that they are part of the creation, but so that they are cleared in order for that beauty and abundance to be manifested. So with me just now, feel, breathe. Open your heart, your hara, your solar plexus, these very important soul centers. Open them at the front and open them at the back. Imagine you're open all around your body, physical. So energy is coming into your kidneys, into your liver, into your spleen, into all the visceral organs. Breathe. Expand. Understand the workings of these instruments. Physical body, emotional body, mental body. They are instruments for the realization of your creation being, of you coming in to be the creator of this abundance. Living in the abundance that you create on the inside. And as you open up, understand how quick it is as soon as you bring your focus to bring your higher self perspective in, to actually see with total honesty, compassion and truth where your pain is, your frustration, your blockage, your sense of not any kind of negativity. It might be just a feeling of just annoyance or disturbance or discomfort. You might not even know right now what the mental content of it is, but notice it and breathe into it. And bring your gaze, your third eye, your light to shine into sometimes completely dark places. You haven't got a clue why you feel something sometimes. But you breathe. You breathe into the belly. And you bring your focus into the feeling or the stuckness, which is a big feeling. It's one of the biggest feelings. If you feel stuckness, there's a lot in there that needs that light. And feel how you have total control over how much light you bring in. You have an abundance of capability. Every single one of you can connect to the very source of all light and bring it literally pouring in from the source. Imagine that. The abundance of the cosmic light. Beyond mind, beyond limitation, divine presence as pure light, pouring in. Magnify it in your mind's eye. Imagine you're standing under a waterfall of angelic, flowing presence. That all the forms of divine, ascended and angelic beings become the golden light that enters into your mind and your heart and your hara. Literally, imagine it. What would it feel like? This abundant source of golden presence as light. Does it have a viscosity as it pours down and comes onto your skin? Does it have a smooth gold feel, almost tangible? You can feel it touching your skin, coming down. Feel it touching every part of your body, and feel it going inside your body, into the organs. I live in the abundance of my created world, my created reality. I am the creator of this abundance. I choose to have gold pouring from the source into my mind, my heart, my body. I choose that as this energy comes in, it activates my heart to feel so good, so nourished, so happy, so joyous, so full. I choose to feel that this gold light that penetrates my brain washes away old energies, old thinking, any kinds of negativities. I breathe this viscous, powerful golden light deep inside me, down, right the way to my root center where it clears out old stuck emotion. I can push it out down my legs, push it down, feel all the matter that it collects on the way down, going out through my feet into the earth. For I am the abundance of the source. I am all things. I am multidimensional. I am the creator of my abundant world that I live in. I see the abundance in the many forms that I desire to see it, perhaps as money, flowing to me in great abundance for no reason other than it simply flows. and because I am radiant, and I am drawing it to me in the beauty way with the greatest of ease. I live in the abundance of my divine presence that pours from the source of my being within into the outer form of my being here upon the earth. I breathe in this divine light that naturally comes to nurture me when I call upon it. The abundance of the source energy is always flowing through me and always cleansing out from me anything that stands in the way of this flow. And I allow it to flow. Perhaps it is emotion, perhaps it is disappointment, anger, sorrow, grief. I have great compassion. This golden divine light is compassion flowing through me. I love my being, every part of my being. I bring the abundance of this all-allowing and all-embracing, unconditional love to embrace even the smallest, most vulnerable parts of my being. I am the compassion and the deep knowing. I am the power that comes in to create the abundance my human self needs in all the ways I am drawing it to me, as love, as relationships, as beautiful communication, as creations that pour through me from the source. And feel yourself receiving abundance of love. I am loved. I am held safe within the vast, eternal, loving, divine heart. And feel yourself floating on this ocean, vast ocean of pure divine love, multicolored in blues and greens, and deep inside many colors of the rainbow that you can see in this vast ocean of love, relaxing, leaning back, floating, feeling yourself supported. I live in the abundance of this love. I create my world from the abundance of this love that fills me. From top to bottom and bottom to top, I am the flowing expression of this abundance of love, of light, of joy and peace. And feel yourself standing so full of this love and light, looking out across your world, seeing many brothers and sisters standing up the same, all illuminated and knowing you are connected. And it's as though your arm can reach for miles and connect with the next one and the next one. And as you look around the whole of the earth, you see many beings standing up, reaching across, holding hands, bringing in the love, bringing back the abundance, healing the lack, healing the fear, pouring in. And where your hands are outstretched and forming these pathways of light, abundance is dripping from those channels of light onto all the earth below, onto all people everywhere, as you bring your beneficence and your blessings to all beings in the world. And just feel yourself holding strong. And know that this new creation is coming through you, that is sourced from the abundance divine. That this is the real foundation of creation. In the divine heart of the Creator is all the abundance beyond any kind of limitation or definition. Infinite, eternal, source, constantly flowing, needing only that you open to it and visualize it so that it has a channel through which to pass. And looking out into your life, feel the ways in which you do dwell in abundance. Even in these dark and difficult times, you are creating, all of you, pods of light, worlds of light, realities of abundance, of love, of light, of understanding and compassion, of healing, and of lifting each other up. These are powers that you are developing. It is your instinct and your deep understanding of the times that you are in that leads you to be the creator beings in training, becoming, growing, expanding, understanding the principles of creation, that it begins in the mind of the Creator. In the mind of God, Goddess, it begins. And you are one with that mind, and you can feel it. You know you are here to manifest the divine new creation. So feeling it within you, how do you see your beautiful earth being led by beings of light? Perhaps yourself, even in the external world, will find a place where you can bring your leadership, where you can be the creator of a part of this new earth. And as you look across the earth, you can see those seeds of light deep inside the earth, connecting with beings of light who are linked to those deep places and are coming forward to bring that light and manifest and see the creations, different kinds of dwellings, of places of gathering, of the beauty of nature, of people coming together in communities and tribes to honor each other and the earth. Feel yourself part of a vast wave of humanity rising up, coming forward, more and more and more, joining you. Breathe, because it's there for you to see and feel. And if you feel yourself distracted, as though your mind would say it's difficult, it's hard, it's, any kind of understandable doubts, fears, just listen to them and Be very understanding and compassionate, and just stay with that visualization of the abundant flow of golden light power from the source of your being, which is the same as the source divine. And remember the Christ-like words within that you know so well. I am the way, the truth, the love, and the light. And say it inside yourself. And know that is what is happening right now, that you are undergoing the initiation, the Christing, the blessing, the becoming of your truly divine nature. And that actually, if you entirely focus on this feeling of I have all that I need in this moment, I am so grateful for this abundance, of this feeling, of this love, of this joy, of this elevation, of this support, of this warmth and this kindness. And as you feel the gratitude, as you contemplate the divine essence within you flowing throughout your being, feel how that abundant, loving sensation grows inside you of peace, and gentle compassion, of acceptance. This self-love that is in fact universal and conditional love. As you begin to experience that, as your heart expands and that golden presence fills you, you have a more and more abundant love and compassion to share with all beings. And allow yourself then to rest in the arms divine. Feel that deep gratitude for your life, for all these opportunities for initiation, self-realization, and becoming the fullness of the Creator being within. And just breathe with that. And be very joyous, and notice how in this part of your being you easily forget the toils and troubles and seeming complications and confusion of the third dimension. That up in this part of your being, your higher self, your soul essence, can see really clearly, without confusion, without doubt, and is leading the way. And it's almost as though you pick up your whole body, your heart, your emotions. You pick up your mind and you decide to follow this part of you that can really see the path of light, the path of love, the path of abundance and joy. And every day, just make sure you're on that path. Whatever is happening around you, That's how you create abundance. From the presence within that is eternal. The eternal present within you. The abundant, never-ending, infinite, eternal love divine flowing into you, filling you up, gives you that extraordinary energy that can create abundance and the feeling of abundance wherever you are. And find within yourself deep gratitude and deep understanding. As you understand, all of this comes from beyond the mind, from your soul, from the divine. And this connection and your ability to maintain it guarantees the creation of abundance in your life, of all that you need coming to you in the beauty way with the greatest of ease. Blessings and peace.
Blessings and peace. Thank you, Chung Fu. That was very profound, strong, beautiful. So we'll just see if there's any questions from anyone. Not seeing any questions yet.
Well, give them a chance, beloved. That's it. Just take your time, dear
Some
ones.
people don't need a chance, so here's a question. We've got the beloved powerhouse Rachel Daya here.
Greetings,
asking
beloved.
a question. Right then. And she sent me it on Messenger, which is great. It's a lot easier. Yeah, just you know, those of you on YouTube, if you want to connect with me on Facebook, that has just brought that to my attention. You're really welcome. My Facebook name is Jerome Zoran. Jerome ZG, my initials, O'Connell, and there'll be in brackets J Rocker Sacred Sound, which is my YouTube channel, my Sacred Sound music brand. So do add me on Facebook if you want to. So we have a question here, and then you can send me questions there, but it's also nice to read out questions directly on the videos as well. It's just a little bit more difficult on Facebook. They sometimes get lost. So she says, hey, question is about Seb, but maybe say my older son. Oh, whoops. Sorry. I just read that aloud. My bad. I hope he's alright with that. Question is that he was going to do the shot this week. You know, the lovely shot, that you know what that is. The jibby jabby, as a friend of mine called it. Agreed to me helping with homeopathic, and I felt that he knows in his heart what is happening, but he is just listening to his mind. On the morning, he texted me to say he wasn't doing it this week, but that he would be doing it because he has to for work, as he will travel to Los Angeles soon. It was confusing, but I am still doing daily long tie cutting ceremony, Ho'oponopono prayer, and visualizing him in a beautiful new world, going forward, happy and healthy. And if he does the shot, then it is just a saline. Shall I keep going with all this and any other suggestions, please, Chong Fu? I know it's a big teaching for me about being present,
Of course,
but it's
beloved.
not easy.
No, I know. That's right. Of course, it's not easy, and this is the hardest thing when your children and your parents or your very close friends have a different point of view, and they believe things that you don't believe, and so this is the most common thing. I need it for travel, and this is the irony, isn't it? Because some of you on here, I think, already know that the airlines are having massive debates with the governments because right now this particular wonderful medical intervention is it's causing people to die, to have terrible reactions, to be extremely unwell. And many pilots are dying, actually. And this, I say many, there are a few actual reports, but I believe that, that's going to start being a big problem. And it is for sure the airlines are having these big conversations with government departments that are in charge of transport. And it's very confusing because they are concerned and, in fact, would rather carry unvaccinated people. How about that? This is an irony that is occurring at present in your world. So perhaps it's a good thing to show him that and to just say, well, wait a minute, just wait a minute. There's no hurry. You have your life ahead of you at the moment. So don't endanger that for the sake of one trip, when in fact anyway you may not be able to take that trip because they're having second thoughts about carrying vaccinated passengers. So it's all very uncertain, just as the jibby jabby is uncertain, just as its effects are not fully known, and some of them, as you know, are very, very harmful and wounding and damaging. So you really, it's your best bet. He's a very intelligent boy, and as you said, it's his mind. But I don't think, in fact, many people's minds are working very clearly at the moment. And it is that desire not to be prevented from doing what he wants, going where he wants. I understand. But it's to weigh that up against the possible effects, because he is highly strung. And the neurological reactions are the most likely with him. And that would not be a very good thing to witness. And so I just give that to you as a possibility, beloved. And you're doing really well, tie cutting, doing your best to be a very conscious mother. Let him have his life. Let him, in that sense, do what he will with his life. But also, you have an instinct to inform him. So that would be good. I think you should inform him of that. Find those transmissions if you can find them. But this is a fact. The airlines are scratching their head and are actually in quite a panic about the situation. It's not that simple. It's not just you get a vaccine and it's always all right to fly, because it's becoming complicated. Peace, beloved.
Peace. Thank you, Chung Fu. Devril says, every word is pure gold. Oh, bless you. Thank you so much. Lady Anik.
Great love, Devril. Great
Great
love,
love,
beloved.
yeah.
I see you. I work with you. You are most blessed. Peace, beloved.
Peace. Lady Anik Lentaka, thank you so much. Needed to hear this today. Heart, heart, heart. To be reminded of the abundance.
That's good, beloved. Yes, indeed. And you do have that real facility within you to bring it in. Remember this. Peace to you.
Thank you very much, Claudia Hoffman. Thank you very much for this. Could Chung Fu say something about if there is a way to know if those that are VA dash X dash, the rest,
Yes.
who has had the real thing or the placebo, that would help me to decide if I can work with them or not. Well, I'll just quickly say, if you go on David Sarida's website, he actually sells these very interesting. I've actually tested them myself, and they're very strong. They're basically a type of frequency sweep, but they've been created with a very specific intention, which, if you go to davidsarida.com and read up, you'll know what I mean. Basically, you play this track. It's called The Great Pyramids, and You've got the version for men and you've got the version for women. And then you've got the Washington Monument. And these tracks, you buy them. They do cost a little bit, but not much. You buy them and you put them on, and they sweep the body. They're pretty strong, but basically it's about the anti... Is there another word for, something that's sharp, that is, let's say, prickly? I think you know what I mean. What's another word for prick? It's prickly, and it's like what you have in peas. It's a good protein food substance. Anyway, you play these frequencies. They sweep over you. They wash over you. And you can also play them in the room when you're working with people. So, I don't know, Chung Fu,
Well, Claudia,
I know you've heard Sally listening to it.
Well, Claudia is working with sound. And so I think, beloved, this is a very good recommendation that Jerome has intuitively brought to you. And understanding, I would not worry. I would not go into fear. Understand that, yes, use that kind of thing, use the homeopathy. I'm sure you've heard of the homeopathic remedies that are also vibrational, that give you a protective, energetic, the energy of those jabs, if you like, in the etheric potency, and that vibrates as well. And energetically, it deters those vibrations of the sp. We are trying to speak in code, that the actual active ingredient within the jabs it's met by its own reflection, and that deters it. So there are various vibrational ways, and that is one. The homeopath is another, and then of course there have been those who are working with protocols to assist you to become even immune to that type of transmission, stroke shedding. And that is David Wolf. Yes, you know about that, Jerome?
Yeah, I think...
you perhaps know that already. Did you put that up?
If you add me on Telegram, Claudia. So we're using Telegram to share all this kind of information, because the other platforms, they're no good. So if you add, I think we might already be connected. But yeah, she's saying, can you send me? Yeah, that's fine. Mm-hmm. If you just add me on, I know we're on Messenger already. Just add me on Telegram, or Sally, and she can forward you the details.
But I think what is really important to consider, Claudia, is that it's different if you have a lover and you didn't take it and they did, and you're having, contact with all the body fluids. That's very different. I know there's all this, yes, it comes out of the breath and it emanates in the field. But with those suggestions that we are bringing to you, no, I do not believe you are at risk in that way of being in a space and teaching or helping people to understand a subject, doing sound healing and so on, because actually you're not close enough. Now, in terms of contact healing, again, I'm allowing the vehicle to do contact healing on those who have received it. I'm saying to her that, I'm not worried. Now, that is an individual decision. You make your own decision. But these things that we're saying for everybody here can be extremely protective. But what protects you most of all is the frequency of your own field, and exactly what I've just been talking about, that you are flooding yourself with that golden high energy light, because your field follows your mind, and when you visualize it, it is so. So if you're having someone come, what you will notice is that their energy is down on what you're used to experiencing, that they have been degraded. Their energetic field may have been interfered with, very likely. Some, very few, it's not the case, but very few and far between. And so that's why you have to boost your own system energetically and keep boosting it throughout the session. So it's a bit more work, but it's holy work because those people really do need help. Peace to you.
Also, I have a friend called Dr. Shamim Dyer, and she actually sells a special spray. So she was the one who told me about the David Sarita tones. And so what she does, because she sees clients all day long, and she runs her holistic medical center, biomeridian scanning clinic, right in the heart of London. And of course, she's seeing clients all day. So she has a special spray that, so what I'll do is I'll try and I'll see if I can get a link for that, because it all helps. But also, as Chung Fu told me earlier on, it's all vibrational.
It's all energetic.
Spin your chakras every day. I'm sure the great ones are just loving it, because obviously we're all going to do more work on ourselves, aren't we, Chung Fu?
Well, that's right. And don't be afraid of technology, because you're the greatest creation ever.
There you go.
Peace.
Okay, we have a question from Timmy. It's kind of more of the same. Thank you, Chung Fu. If all the people I love and people I work with have had it, am I still fine to hug them and be close?
You look pretty fine to me, beloved. Beaming strong as ever. Just try not to let fear come in, and I don't advise French kissing right now.
Mm-hmm.
In other words, avoid body fluids at the present time. Don't sort of, yes, hug, that's fine. But just really be aware about transmission of body fluids.
I think the tricky thing is to not come into like an us and them thing, because it's
absolutely
they're going to need a lot of love. They're going to need more love than they ever realized they needed. So I think just we have to be fearless, because the fear is what drags us into that lower vibrational energy, because this is a very lower vibrational technology, and we have to keep bringing in that cosmic light. I mean, it's like all the last transmissions you've done, isn't it?
Peace, beloved.
It's like we just got to keep going
and trust in the divine, because just as there are technocrats doing vile and nefarious things, there are those who are doing wondrous and divine creations. So have faith. There will be remedy. Try to, help those on the fence to stay away from it. But if they don't reject them out of your life. Just work with it and have faith. All is well. Don't fall into fear and negation and division. Peace.
Cool. Robert Grant, big prayer hand. That might be Rachel Dyer on that. Judah Node says, I am the chosen one. I am that I am.
That's it. I love it, beloved.
It's broken English here, but maybe it's, I don't know, looks nice. I, Player James Hay, and Missy Oka, who reads tarot on YouTube at Saltwater Heals with Tarot. My future bride will teach the world how to love.
Yes. Wonderful.
As above, so below. 11:11. Truth, love, and light.
Peace, beloved. Great love.
Just see if there's any more. Sunny Dean. Dear Chung Fu, how do we heal cancer? Also, how can we help a loved one heal? Thank you millions.
What big questions, beloved. How can we heal cancer? Cancer is very individual. Cancer is an expression of many imbalances. Imbalances within the body, the heart, the mind, and the environment. Cancer can also be lineal, in other words, ancestral, can come down the bloodline. It's a very, very big question, you see, because there are so many different reasons why the body would create cancer. But the bottom line is cancer comes where the soul isn't. So where there is a gap, where there is no consciousness, where there is no love, where there is pain, suffering, fear, old wounds of abuse, a deep place where there's a chasm, where there's a gap, where there's nothing holding there. That's where the cells start to atrophy. They start to multiply. It's as though you might say they're trying to get attention, and of course they do get the attention, but in the negative sense eventually. So if you do the work of self-realization, if you do that as an ongoing practice, the work of ownership, of being humbly in possession and owning of all that is yours, and working deep with the love, bringing the love into the places of pain. When you understand that you are a divine being incarnate and you have access to that divine healing power within you, you don't need to really go to someone else. You start to work within yourself. Then such diseases as cancer will not be necessary anymore, because the thing that happens, you see, cancer is very often quite a slow process and gives the person a chance, a time to turn right around, to eat well, to love themselves, to reach deep and heal broken places. It is actually an extraordinary healing self-realization journey, because that is what the cancer demands, that you arrive fully. And in your arriving with your consciousness and taking ownership of your being, bringing love in, bringing your responsibility, your divine presence, of course, there's no room then for the destructive force of cancer. But having said that, when the cancer is very advanced, that's a very different matter. That requires revelation. Now we're talking about the divine. And many beings have had spontaneous, total remission by literally connecting with God, Goddess, with their higher self, with asking, well, what do you want me to do? What is it? What's the highest command here from my soul, from my spirit? And those are sometimes near-death experiences where that being is in such a divine state of surrender, they almost leave their body and die, but then they return with the revelation, and the cancer leaves because that person comes in with such divine force of presence. Nothing can survive that light that illuminates every cell of their being. So cancer is a darkness that gets in where the light isn't, if looked at from a spiritual perspective. I hope that goes some way to answering an extremely complex question, dear one. And I think the last part was, how do people heal, was it? What was that last
How
part?
do we heal our loved ones?
You don't. They heal themselves. And to heal them, you heal yourself. Because the law of attraction says that for sure, if you have chosen a loved one that needs healing, it is because you need healing. And the idea that you can, I love healers, don't get me wrong, but the true healers know that all they are doing is holding space for their beloveds to find themselves, because only they can become whole. You're not trying to become them. Only they can heal and become whole, which is what healing is. But of course, your job is to become whole yourself. And then you are the best, wonderful support for each other when you each heal and take full responsibility for your own deep healing journey. There is nothing more enlightening than the healing journey. And you can't do it for someone else, but you can be there and really appreciate them while they do it. Peace, dear one.
Okay, peace. Powerful stuff. It's deep, it's strong. Yeah.
And that is, in fact, a big message for your time. Is to realize, and it's a very tough realization, this is not child's play. What is happening in your world is a huge challenge to your wisdom, your understanding, to your healer's beautiful, compassionate heart. You want to go out and you want to heal the world. You've always perhaps wanted to do that. And the more you are on that healer path, the more you realize, well, actually, I can go out and be my whole healed self. That is the light that shines. And there will be those who receive that light and start their journey. But that will not be everyone. There will be those who sit and listen and they agree and they go home and they do the opposite. They can't hold the light yet. And so it is that as you look out into your world at the moment, you are grieving for so many beloveds going to spirit way, way ahead of time. Even young people now, suffering adverse effects and so on. So understand, you are light workers. Your job is to increment the light that is able to get into the hearts and minds of people. Your job is to stand up and speak the words of truth that your soul wants to bring forward. Understand that you didn't come to this earth to heal others, but just to heal yourself and radiate that light so they can also step out onto their healing path. That if they've taken this medical intervention, interference, this they didn't realize, and you have great compassion because they didn't know, that's your love going to them. But it's very likely they don't really benefit once they've had it from you telling them without providing some remedy, some help. So this is really why we're bringing forward some of the protocols that have been suggested by various nutritionists and analysts and scientists who are beginning to formulate what can be of assistance to those who have received that toxic substance, or the many toxic substances, who may be reacting in different ways to them. It is to realize that you will have to judge whether it is of service to them, to, in that sense, bring fear in. It probably isn't. But to bring remedy and to bring protocols of strengthening, ways to cancel out some of the symptoms. Well, if you can do that, that's wonderful, dear ones. But remember, beings who come to earth have soul contracts well before they come here. If that soul contract is that they are going to basically allow themselves to be part of this experiment, there's nothing you're going to be able to do to persuade them otherwise, if it's their contract. There are those whose contract it is, in fact, to listen to you, to change, to transform, and they will be clear for you to see. You'll know after 3 words. Would you like to know? No, thank you. Would you like to know? Oh, yes, that's interesting. Oh, yes. Oh, thank you. Have you got anything you could tell me? You'll know immediately. Do you want to know is the question. Would you like some information? No, thank you. Yes, please. And that is what you can do. Give information prior to the event. For many after the event, they also will listen to information and do what they can to mitigate against any negative effects. But be careful, because it's likely to bounce back on you. if you engage with those who are walking down that path, and it's their soul contract, and it's what they came to do, to be part of this experiment. Peace, dear ones.
Peace. We've got one more question, and then we can do a beautiful meditation to wrap up. Joanna Mitchell, hello all. Please can I ask a question? Which is the best way to do it? On the chat here? Much love. Yes, please do ask a question. Again, I was reading aloud, so it becomes quite timeless in here, you know, guys. So, yes, I'm reading messages, but sometimes it feels like it's a no time zone. So, Sandra Stoddard, okay, no French kissing. Yeah, definitely not for a few years. You know.
It's right, beloved.
Lady Annie, grateful to have been here tonight. Sunny, thank you from my heart and soul. Yeah, do write your question, Joanna, because then we're gonna just wrap up with a lovely quick meditation at the end. Okay, let me just refresh that. I don't get it with Facebook. It's really weird. Now I can't see. Maybe just send me a direct message, Joanna, on Messenger. Okay, we're just waiting. Whilst we're all waiting, we can all send Sally's vocal cords a boost of love and energy. Oh, we've got more.
I thought that you wanted also to talk about courses. Isn't it not a good time now?
Yeah, well, there's actually more questions. Is that all right if we do a few more?
Beloved, you're the one in time. I am absolutely timeless. Please.
Okay, I'm going to wait for you, Joanna, to write in. I'm going to just hop over to YouTube. Anna Harris, greetings. I am late, but struggle with having had the transmission, which we know
yes.
is
How are you feeling? Yes.
I had a horrible reaction.
Yes.
I'm working with Shungite. Any advice for us?
Well, again,
I'm booking a session soon with you. I understand if not the time for discussion.
Well, we have been discussing it actually, beloved, and I understand how you feel because you didn't know. That's right. I know it's very difficult, and we have just literally been talking about what that is like when your beloved doesn't know, and then you realize.
So she's had two.
So what really needs to happen now is that you are given some of these suggestions and methods of mitigating against some of the effects, to cancel out some of the effects. And so those are the protocols that Jerome has been talking about, and perhaps he will send them to you privately because we have been talking about it throughout this session, dear one. Or you can listen back later. So there are ways that you can help yourself. And above all, don't fall into fear and don't let go of your divine connection. Just stay connected to your pineal, to your pituitary. Keep meditating, keep opening your centers, keep playing music. Do all the things that lift up your energy. And really understand that when you have that kind of feeling of something really heavy, that yes, something is circulating within you, but also that you are the highest being in the land. You are higher than AI technology. You are higher than all of this hoo-ha about we're going to control you. When you know who you are, no one can control you. No one can, in fact, have that effect upon you. However, yes, there is some physicality to it, and I think that you will have a lot of benefit by listening again to this program, and perhaps Jerome will send you. Have you sent her some already?
Well, on that note, I just want to say to everybody, I'm a bit biased, of course, and this is what this family is doing. Sophie, my beautiful sister, my mum, Sally, she's such a generous-hearted lady, always giving her time. But we do have the most incredible offerings. We've got the Crystalline Ascension course, where you work with a chakra set of crystals, which I can make available if you can't source them.
Because increasing your vibration with the crystalline presence is one of the greatest remedies for this time.
Yeah, and we've got a brand new course that we just did. We aired live, but to be fair, all of these courses are incredible even as evergreen replay courses. They're incredible, things that you can do anytime, anywhere, day and night. We've got a new tie cutting course. Maybe Chung Fu, you could maybe talk about that a little bit.
Well, these are all aids to your inner work, because that's the work that makes you strong and invulnerable to all these draconian energies that want to basically suck the life force out of you. And so you have got to understand that your best application is stay present, stay in your center, expand your field, use crystals, use shungite, use your mind, use your heart, all to stay vibrationally in a very high resonance. And that means not in fear. When you're in fear, you immediately drop your frequency. It doesn't matter, you can sort of will yourself on top of that fear, but the fear will always win. So you need to clear the fear and understand how to absorb it, how to dissolve it, how to bring love in, how to remember who you are. AI technology or not, you are the divine presence. You are above all of it. You are the living spirit of the woman or man that you are. You are God incarnate, Goddess incarnate. Nothing can touch you if you hold that vibration strong. I say that when I say nothing can touch you, it will touch you, but it will not permanently affect you. It will pass through your system because it is still vibrational, everything. Yeah. Spike everything, well, all of it.
That reminds me, actually, back around 2013, 14, we actually created a really powerful meditation CD that is available on our website as downloads. It's only £10, and on there are 5 very powerful meditations. One of them's called Mind and Thought Empowerment. The next one is the projection of your higher self. The next one is the creation of your... I'd have to look at it exactly, but what it is there a running order for precisely these kinds of things, these kinds of challenges, where we're really tested at a mental level. Do I have what it takes? Can I really do that? Can I really create a fortress? I mean, a couple of lives back, Chung Fu was bringing the part 1 and part 2, how to create the fortress of your mind. And so I think this is really key now, is to, that's what I'm saying at the end of this live, really, is that the tools are there. They're very powerful. They're incredible. I've been doing them for a long time now. I can validate they work. They're really powerful. So make use of them. Go and check them out. Together we can create, as we move forward, that solidarity. And that reminds me that if you haven't already, do go and join our Facebook group, The Teachings of Ascended Master Chung Fu. You can go and request to join and come and chat with us in there, and we'll just keep growing the love. And so just 2 more questions, and then we'll... So Joanna Mitchell, I'm feeling like I want to be more in alignment with my true soul purpose and want to retrain as a therapist to help peoples. I'm seeing a therapist at the moment, but she is triggering my mother stuff. Much love.
Well, beloved, lucky you that you found somebody that you can work with, because And that's right. You know it's there. We have done a fair amount, and that's wonderful that you're willing to go so deep and really move this old energy. And of course you have the power to be a therapist, beloved. I personally think that it'll be a little while because you have a few plates spinning, shall we say. But that, on one level, yes, you can train. I don't personally think you need to train. I think you are a healer. You're a priestess. You're a seer. You're a powerful woman. I think if you wanted to start doing your own mode of healing, I always recommend that you just do your mode of healing. You decide how would you like to hold people through that process, because that's, as I explained earlier, that is what healing is. Being a healer is being someone who holds space for people to become whole, which they do themselves. And you already do that in so many ways, beloved. But I understand you want to follow your soul's purpose. And so what I suggest is that, you imagine to yourself, well, how would you work with people? What would that look like for you? How would that be? Start to evolve. Well, this is how I would do it. And I do think that, for example, you would need to use your skills of sounding and, maybe bring some sacred sound into your healing sessions. And there are those here who already do that. And I think you have a special skill there. And so you would also be very good at understanding a lot of the wounding. And this would grow, but you don't really need, you see, I don't believe you really need to train. Of course, do if you wish to, but I think that you can evolve your own very special and very uplifting and successful practice of healing. Peace, beloved.
Peace. So, the CD I was talking about on our website, which is deepsoulconnection.org, is called Manifest Success Anytime, Anywhere. And in that sense of manifest, it literally is everything. It could be health. It could be literally whatever you choose. So I'm just saying that on the live. You can go to deepsoulconnection.org and go to our CDs, our digital downloads. But I'll also will put it in the chat as well. You just copy and paste that URL. I'm going to put it in the video after as well. And yeah, so Dreamcatcher says, can you put that in the chat? Absolutely. Anna Harris, thank you. I will listen through to the love and the higher self meditations, and I will get the others too. That's awesome. And so Sebo Dippo, hello beautiful beings. Thank you Chong Fu for you being here. A question: is the subconscious what is referred to as the higher self? Blessings.
There is a part of the subconscious that transmits the higher self, absolutely. In that sense that there is clear passage beyond the mind. The conscious mind doesn't block it. But you have to be, in that sense, aligned in order to be able to receive the messages. So yes, it is it does come through the subconscious, through the mind also, consciously, through the feelings, through the sensations. The higher self, though, is the essence divine of your being. It's the very core, the solar essence. In that sense, you being born from the very central cosmic heart, the sun, the cosmic sun, the central intelligence of creation, that you are one with that intelligence. And that is what I refer to as your higher self. But yes, it transmits to your human person through those many means, through any possible means it can. And the meditations and the practices that we do are so that you can clear the channels, and it can either come through directly into your heart, directly into your mind, or directly into your body, the messages and the power of the light of your higher self. Peace, beloved.
Peace. So we just got one more, and then we will no more messages now. I think we're cooked out on the messages. We are cooked. Okay, so Jill. Jill works with flower essences.
Yes, I know.
And so just another quick announcement. We're super excited that at some point in the near future, obviously it requires my push and the family's push, but we're going to be doing a podcast. We're going to be creating a Deep Soul Connection podcast. And so all of you beauties that create things and do wonderful things, and it's going to be lovely down the line to invite you on where we can interview you on the podcast show and stuff like that. So really looking forward to that in the near future. So she asks, how can we help kids and babies whose parents have taken the jibby jobby, if you know what I mean? I've several grandparents wanting to save their little ones. Save little ones. I am giving them the flower essences to stay strong. But anything else, Florence?
Yes, I think for the children, flower essences is wonderful because they're so receptive and it keeps their energy clear and high. I would also recommend some of that protocol that Jerome, that's come through from these various, the sound, the frequency, and the herbs and substances.
DavidSarita.com.
And also, funnily enough, another David Wolf, who has given some very good suggestions. And I have also recommended to the vehicle that there are some children in the family and they take the potentized jibber jabber in homeopathic form, perhaps once a week, just in authority potency. Again, that principle that the energy of it is vibrating and it becomes a deterrent to that shed substance, that transmitted substance coming into the physical, because it's there vibrationally, almost as if to say, well, we're already here. You don't need to bother with this host. Not that in a certain sense, Chang Fu believes it's coming in that way. We believe that there are a lot of women reacting, as you know, and I think the young girls are going to react a little too. There's going to be some anomalies, especially those coming on for their menstruation. I do think there's going to be some irregularities, and really what it is that is, you could say it's the womb wisdom, even in the little ones, just saying, this is not friendly, this is not good. We're reacting, we're saying, we're speaking, as though the wombs of the women are speaking out and saying no. And ultimately, what we believe when we see this is Goddess speaking as well through the bodies of those those women and girls, and saying no. And ultimately, you must follow them in that sense of saying no. Ultimately, this has to stop. And so we really, we are responding to any of you asking us to put protection around your children and any children connected here. We put those circles of protection around them. But they will adapt. You see, this is the thing to understand. You haven't had time to adapt yet. There will be an adaptation, a survival adaptation of those whose contract is not to go along this route. So have faith, have trust, and understand that there are those working also to create various protocols and also digital applications that mitigate against the direction and the course of...
There'll be some Pleiadian intervention, won't there?
Well, there is already, but it hasn't manifested in the actual result yet. Peace.
And just want to say, we're sending so much love to Anna Joy Harris. She's saying that Shungite continues to be the best gift I've ever received. Yeah, I sent some shungite out to her.
What I
The
would like
body,
is
the body is violently shaking out with this junk in it, but I'm not giving up.
so if you can get a Jerome, maybe you can indicate or access for her a shungite cap that you wear over your whole head for hours at a time when you can, when you're not, when it feels comfortable to do so in your home and around, maybe parts of your evening. Shungite, it is,
No, but what we can get if we just show, we
yes, that would be fine.
can. You can probably get shungite things, and we can see if we can find one
Have a
for
look,
you.
I believe there is
But
one.
this,
This is wonderful.
I tell you
The
what,
vehicle wears it all the time she's doing sessions.
I got one for my mum and one for my sister because they both do a lot of work with tech, with computers. But this, I tell you what, look,
Wrap it round your
check
neck.
this out.
There you go.
Like, there's 3 rungs to this shungite belt, and you could literally
Wrap it round your whole head.
just literally like and move it around, move it around, get the shungite energy all around, so yeah, if you want to get one of these, we can source one for you. But working with shungite in sorry, I was just moving the computer there. Working with shungite in any way with the head, I mean, I just had an ear infection and I had it all around my ear, and it really does help. So yeah, we can try to see if we can get some sort of shungite beanie. I think you can get them. I'll see if I can source one. If not, we'll try to source one of these shungite belts. But yeah, and just keep going with the shungite.
Make sure you see all the other things that you can get.
And use Chung Fu's calling in and commanding principle. I call in and command forth the deities of the shungite vibration. I call in the Jupiterian powerful deities, Kanafar, isn't it, Chung Fu?
Yes.
Kanafar.
Kanafar is the deity of Jupiter.
Yeah. So sending so much love. I mean, soon we're going to be doing these immersions.
Yes.
So potentially you
recommended.
could come on one of these immersions and receive group healing in that way as well. I think it's going to be so much needed. If you want to donate today for this live, the donation button will be in the video once it's left up. All donations go towards our land project. So we're building if Sally was present, she'd tell you all about it. Sophie's coming in now. So yeah, we're building a beautiful healing structure on the land where we can run groups in the private. And so if you want to donate any monies towards the materials of that, we're going to have to pay people to build it, and it all costs money. So yeah, if you want to get involved with that vision of ours, which has been a lifelong dream really, do donate in the tab below. And I think that's all the questions for today. Peace, Chung Fu.
All right, just a little ending contemplation meditation about living in the abundance of your own creation. Realizing that even if you have been interfered with, even if you've been projected upon, even if you've suffered abuse in your life, everybody here upon the earth comes in order to grow spiritually, in order to walk your soul's path, in order to bring in your higher self, in order to live in the abundance of your own creation. So just feeling where you are within your life, breathing deep. And allowing the love to flow to you from within where you are love, where you are peace. Deep within where you are one with the divine. where you can access the resource of unconditional, infinite, limitless love and abundance. Breathe. And remember, it's up to you. You have to make that decision. And it doesn't last from one day to the next. You have to make that decision every day, that you can create this abundance. That abundance in truth is an essence, it's an energy, it's a quality of mind, of heart, of body even. It is a sensation, a feeling that all is well, that you have all you need in any given moment, that in this present moment you are connected to the divine. You can alter, change, will this moment to be the full reflection of your higher self presence, full embodiment inside this physical body of your higher self energy, of your essence, of your divine, loving, beautiful essence. So just as we come to the end today, breathe in and know that your energy body follows your thought. And when you determine to embody that abundance of love, of positivity, of clarity, your body follows your command, your heart follows your command. It is your choice. Make the choice now that your radiant divine self is leading you forward in your life. And that you are from this day on living in the abundance of your soul love, creating your own world, creating your own reality according to the oneness that is resonating, emanating from the source through your heart and into expression in the world. As you walk forward in your life, may the living spirit that is within all things show you every day how you can bring this abundance into form, into manifestation, in all the ways that you choose, that you command, that you decide, that you will. And feeling that deep humility and gratitude that you are here upon the earth in order to bring this light to shine, so needed in your time. And bringing forward compassion and love and joy, peace, harmony, abundance, well-being, deep soul connection, and deep understanding that is beyond the mind. Blessings and peace to you all.
Oh, blessings and peace. Thank you so much, Chung Fu. We are very blessed. And great love to you all.
Great love.
Just to say, the next live will be next Tuesday. So we're going to swap out the days. We're not going to do lives on Fridays now. They're going to be Tuesdays at 5 p.m. UK time. So I hope that works. It's the best we can do. The times may vary, but generally what we're trying to do is find a solid time that we're gonna be there or be square. We're gonna be there. So we'll see you next Tuesday at 5 p.m. UK time. Many blessings, and do give these videos a share and a like. The further they go, the more they will help. So big love to you all, and thank you so much, Chung Fu.
Peace.